The next gold medal I'm going to show you is Old Friends in Chapter 1. This one I did on replay as it's a little tricky to say the least. There is no magic way to make it easy, you will have to do the work to get the results the old-fashioned way. The objectives for this mission are catch and hog-tie Kieran within 45 seconds, kill 3 O'Driscolls in the same Deadeye use, complete within 15 minutes and 30 seconds, get 15 headshots and complete the mission without taking any health items. The part that I found tricky to begin with was killing 3 O'Driscolls in the same Deadeye, but as you'll see later, there are clear opportunities to make it slightly easier. The other tricky part is getting headshots with no Deadeye, and later on in the mission, very limited Deadeye. You will start the mission following Dutch and the gang as they make their way to the O'Driscoll hideout. All the objectives to meet do not start until you actually reach the hideout and make your way into the camp. To save time, I will fast forward a bit until we've got to the part where we get off our horse and await Dutch's instructions. You might save a little bit of time here by heading up the hill to the vantage point where you overlook the camp whilst Dutch is talking. However, once you complete this part, your horse will always be positioned back with the gang, so you will have to run and select the correct weapon to ensure you meet the next checkpoint. Once you're out of the cinematic, where you look through the binoculars at the camp, quickly run and select your weapon. The game will insist you initially choose the carbine repeater to register the checkpoint. But remember that if you're on a replay, you will have access to the current guns you have during the part of the playthrough you're at, so choose the best repeater you have available before you follow Dutch.
Alright, leave it then. We've wasted enough time, let's just go. Seems easiest to take the same path down.
What follows next is a slow walk down where I always try and have a bit of fun trying to beat Dutch and not let him pass me, even though it's clear he's desperate to get in front of me. There are other ways to get down the mountain quicker and try and start the fight early, but this will make things a lot more tricky to meet some of those objectives, so I suggest you follow what the game wants you to do here and follow Dutch all the way down. Once you get to the bottom, you will then be led to the point where you have to take cover and choose whether or not to take the lead. This is the part that all the objectives start to kick in.
So, what are we doing, Dutch? I can take this if you want. Just make
My advice here is to tell Dutch that you will take the lead. This is so you can make sure you get the first headshot in without anyone shooting back at you. With this part of the shootout, this is the best time to work on the objective to get 15 headshots. You will not have access to Deadeye at the moment, but there is a little trick to getting headshots whilst you are aiming that I can give you. If you watch what I do here, you will see that after I initially press L2 and lock onto a target using auto aim, I then use the left stick to gently flick up to the head by gently nudging it. What should happen is that it will then retarget the head, after which you can then take your shot. It might take a bit of practice to do this, but once you get the hang of it, it's pretty easy. You should also take extra care to try and stay in cover here as much as you can. One of the objectives is to complete the mission by not using any health items. You will fail this objective if you eat food, take a health tonic, or die. I will let this part play out now until we reach the next checkpoint so you can see how I get those headshots.
Search the bodies! Strip everything we can from them!
You recognize any of them, Dutch?
Of course not. Colm doesn't give a damn about his men. All he cares about
The next part requires you to loot bodies until you pick up some Deadeye tonic. My advice here is not to run too far up to the top of the camp, but to loot the bodies near to where the next part of the action will take place. Remember, we're on a timer here, and one of our objectives is to complete the mission within 15 minutes and 30 seconds. So as soon as you hear gunshots in the background, run to where I am now and take cover. As you can see here, initially there are 3 O'Driscolls who will always come running towards you. So now you have Deadeye, it's time to try and get those 3 kills in one Deadeye to meet the objective. It's not essential to get headshots in the Deadeye, but if you're worried that you are not going to meet the 15 headshot objective, try and take care to get headshots on them. Make sure you choose to defend when you are given the choice, and this will provide you with one more opportunity to get a lineup of 3 kills in a Deadeye if you missed just now. Try not to waste your Deadeye either by leaving it inactive when searching for a target. Tap R3 to stop it whilst you search for your next victim. It's much quicker that way. Here is another chance to get 3 kills in one Deadeye as they come through the trees. After this bit's done, I go into the trees now to pick off the last ones and to try and get one more headshot in. As you can see here, I'm taking care to cancel my Deadeye if I don't think it's targeted accurately.
Come on! Stupid son.
With the O'Driscolls now in retreat, don't be tempted to stop and loot anything. Remember, we're on a timer.
Get what we need. Clear out.
All you have to do now is run immediately to where Dutch is, and as soon as the yellow area is marked for you to search, run straight to the dynamite and loot it.
Micah, search that building. Arthur, you take that building to the left. All right, man, quick. Find those detonators, explosives, anything you can. Let's go. Here.
Looting the dynamite will immediately trigger the next cutscene.
Looks fine. Smells good.
We will start riding back to camp with the gang, but along the way you spot one of the O'Driscolls running away, which brings us to the last objective, which is to catch and hog-tie poor Kieran within 45 seconds. As soon as you come out of the last cutscene, equip your lasso and immediately ride as fast as you can after Kieran.
Leave him to me. All right, we're heading back.
There is no quick route here that will save you much time. As soon as you've caught up with Kieran, aim the lasso using L2. You will know if you're in range because the crosshair will be red.
Come on.
Once lassoed, make sure you don't let go of him. You need to make sure you keep hold of L2 at all times, even when you're dismounting. Once dismounted, approach him and press the circle button and put him on the back of your horse and mount back up again. All that's left to do now is to ride back to Coulter as quickly as you can. On a replay you will have your main horse with you, which has hopefully got a higher bonding level, so its stamina is increased, so speed will not be an issue. I didn't do any fancy quick route here either, I just followed the yellow line going as fast as I could. Once you reach camp, the game will tell you to hitch your horse, but you don't need to do that because it will waste time. You can just dismount like I do, or even ride a bit further up nearer to the place where you will eventually have to drop Kieran on the ground. As soon as you do this, it will trigger a cutscene and your job is done. I hope you find this helpful. Please do let me know in the comments section if you have any other helpful advice for others that I haven't included here.